everybody. Good afternoon. I'm showing up today for the Trauma Talk in 10. And my name is Bonnie Barclay. I am a therapist and owner of Creekside Counseling and Wellness. And today I just wanted to talk to you about loving someone who has experienced trauma. So, welcome. And I want to talk about first how there's a difference between helping or being supportive and taking on the responsibility for someone else's healing or change process. The talk today is about bringing your attention to 8 different areas to consider in a supportive role. This is not to identify jobs for you as a loved one. Check in with yourself today as you consider these different areas of support, noticing your reactions and where you might need to safeguard yourself emotionally and physically from taking on too much. So let's get started. So, number one is to provide opportunities for social engagement. So, withdrawal from family and friends is a common symptom my clients grapple with when struggling with their mood. They may feel ashamed, not want to burden others, believe other people won't understand what they're going through, or may even be in a place of shutdown out of overwhelm. While it's important to respect your loved one's boundaries, your comfort and support can help them at times to overcome feelings of helplessness, grief, and despair. Knowing how best to demonstrate your love and support should be discussed with your loved one. You play an important role in the healing process just simply by spending time together. Do normal things with your loved one, things that have nothing to do with the traumatic experience. Encourage your loved one to seek out friends, pursue hobbies that bring them pleasure. Let your loved one take the lead. Rather than telling them what to do, take cues from your loved one as how they can best get support from you and how you can provide that support and companionship. So, number 2, be a good listener, not a fixer. Although it may be tempting to offer advice to a loved one when they are struggling, it is frustrating for both sides when our suggestions are not accepted, are viewed as criticism, or even seen as an attempt to control. Sometimes the most powerful thing we can do to support someone who is struggling is just to listen. Some of the things that your loved one tells you might be very hard to listen to or take in. It's really okay to dislike what you hear, but it's important to respect their feelings and reactions. It's also okay to set emotional boundaries if it's too much and you need support in hearing and unpacking their story. Help is available in those circumstances. It's how you communicate your needs that make the biggest difference. Number 3, rebuild trust and safety. Trauma alters the way a person sees the world, making it seem like a frightening place. It also damages people's ability to trust others and themselves. Partnering with them and rebuilding their areas of security, their sense of security, will be important to their healing journey. Express your commitment to the relationship. Letting them know that you're in it for the long haul helps them feel loved and supported. Create routines. Structure and predictable schedules can really restore a sense of stability and security. Minimize stress at home. Try to make sure your loved one has space and time for rest and relaxation, or even a secure space to ground if triggered. Keep your promises. Help rebuild trust by showing that you're trustworthy. Be consistent and follow through on what you say you're going to do. Being consistent and predictable is so helpful to creating this secure message to their nervous system. Repetition is the key. It helps the brain build new neural pathways of safety and healthy environment, healthy interactions, the ability to trust. Look for areas of strength or positive qualities. Telling your loved one you believe they're capable of recovery and pointing out their positive qualities and successes really can help them have the courage and energy to keep moving forward. Keeping in mind Gottman's 5-to-1 ratio of positive to negative to stay out of negative sentiment override. Look for ways to empower your loved one. Rather than doing things for them that they're capable of doing for themselves, it's better to build their confidence and self-trust by giving them more choices and control. Number 4, anticipate and manage triggers. How does trauma show up for your loved one? Open communication about their experience and current triggers is important. Participating in a therapy session with them to explore this further is often helpful. That can be as a part of their own therapy individual process or as a couple together. What is a trigger? A trigger is anything, a person, place, thing, or situation that reminds them of the trauma and sets off their symptoms. Ask them what coping strategies work and how you can be supportive when this occurs. If they're in individual therapy, this is likely part of their own therapy process is to develop a coping plan. Educate yourself about trauma and PTSD. The more you know about the symptoms, effects, and treatment options, the better equipped you'll be to help and understand what they're going through and keep things in perspective. Number 5, be prepared to deal with difficult emotions. Try to remain calm. And this concept is one of co-regulation. During moments of emotional dysregulation or flooding, trying your best to stay calm, it allows you to offer your calmer nervous system to your partner. Offering your calmer nervous system sends a signal to your loved ones, communicating you are safe and can prevent this situation from escalating. There are 3 key pieces to co-regulation: calm body, tone and pitch of voice, and anchoring to the breath. Really focusing and helping your partner focus on their breath and re-ground into the body in a safe way. Give the person space. Avoid crowding or grabbing your loved one. This can make a traumatized person feel threatened. Ask how you can help in that moment. What can I do to help you right now? You can suggest a time out or a change of scenery. Again, know your loved one's coping or crisis plan. Sometimes you may need additional support. Discuss this early on in the recovery process so you know how best to help in times of crisis. Accept and expect mixed feelings. Just remember, having negative feelings towards your family member doesn't mean you don't love them. Sometimes this is hard. Sometimes you may get frustrated, angry, upset. It doesn't mean that you don't love them. You're human, and sometimes loving someone who's experienced trauma can have very difficult moments. Number 6, support treatment. Despite the importance of your love and support, it isn't always enough, and many people who have been traumatized need professional help. Number 7, and this is a really important one. Practice consent in intimacy and beyond. Healing for trauma survivors always includes establishing a sense of safety. A way to safety is through experience control. Practicing consent is a powerful vessel for this. This means asking permission before and during intimate encounters, as well as throughout your day. Any interactions, for example, is it okay if I move your things while I clean the room? Those simple ways to honor and get consent can help establish an increased sense of control for your partner. Take good care of yourself is number 8. In order to have the strength to be there for your loved one, you have to nurture and care for yourself. Take care of your physical needs, getting enough sleep, exercising regularly, eating properly, and looking after any of your own medical issues. Cultivate your own support system. Lean on other family members, trusted friends, or your own therapist or support group. Make time for your own life. It's important to have things in your life that you look forward to. Spread the responsibility, asking others for help. Set boundaries. Be realistic about what you're capable of giving. Know your limits, communicate them to your family member and others involved, and stick to them. So, the hard truth is that recovery is a process that takes time and often involves setbacks. The important thing is to stay consistent in how you support your loved one. Remember, it all goes back to the incredible healing power of relationships and the bonds that are formed when we present and show up as our true self, being available for one another. Even as therapists, we can get stuck in the trap of thinking that we should be able to fix it all right then and there, and we jump too quickly into problem solving. Yet it's always meaningful to take a step back and remember that the key to building a secure relationship is not in your ability to offer a quick fix. It lies within your ability to take your time, be consistent, and show your commitment to being there again and again. So, next time we're going to talk more about co regulation. It's just such an important tool, I think, when you're managing conflict and problems with a partner. So, we're going to talk a little bit more about that. And then in another future trauma talk, we're also going to look at intimacy and consent a little bit deeper as well. I hope you got something out of today. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment below. Thanks so much for either joining me live or catching the replay. Talk to you soon. Bye.